Okay, so you own a property, you live in it, and you're not sure whether or not you're going to sell that one before you buy your next one, or buy your next one and then sell the one that you're currently living in. And everyone's lifestyle, everyone's family has different needs, so it's important to take all that into consideration. But this is general advantages and disadvantages of both scenarios and possible solution for you too. If you buy first, so buy before you sell, you can take 6 months, 1 year, you can take as long as you want to buy a house, which means that the next house that you buy is going to be close to perfect because you can take your time and buy the right house. Unfortunately, when you see that right house, you might not be able to afford it, or you might not be able to buy confidently because you don't know your exact budget because you haven't sold your current place. So yes, you can see the right house, and yep, it's taking 6 months, you find the right house, but then you've got a bank limit of this much that you can service a loan for, and the owners are wanting this much, and you're not sure whether or not you can afford that extra 50K, 100 grand. However, if you sold your house, then you would know, okay? So buying first, yes, you know if the property is perfect, but you're not sure exactly of your budget. Once you do buy a house, you might, depending on your financial situation, put yourself under a little bit of pressure to sell the house that you currently live in a little bit quicker because you have a financial commitment now as well. So you might take a price lesser than what the home is worth, or just an average price or normal price, not a record price, quite simply because having an unconditional sale is more important to you than having a record price. So that's advantages and disadvantages of buying first. Selling first, you can wait as well. You can wait as long as you want for the price. If you wait 5 years while you put up your house for sale, you're going to get a lot more than what you would. So it's fantastic to sell first in that instance because you can wait for that right price. You also know your budget once it comes time to buy, because you've got an unconditional sale, meaning the buyer can't change their mind, there's a deposit, and the sold sticker's up, and then you can do your finances on a real figure. And so that if you go into an auction, you can bid confidently and knowing that yes, you can afford that figure because you know how much you sold your house for. Because you've sold first though, you might be under a bit of pressure to buy, and you might buy something that's not 100% perfect. So there's that to take into consideration as well. You've sold your house, settlement day is coming up, you're not sure where you're going to move, so you quickly buy a house, tie in the settlements and do that. So look, there's advantages and disadvantages to both. Generally speaking, it's depending on your lifestyle. I prefer to advise clients to sell before they buy, but it's all dependent on their family and situation. And just have a long settlement, perhaps have a 90 or 120 day settlement to give you enough time to look for something to buy. We also recommend that people are looking for houses to buy, right? And they shortlist. So this is put up the house for sale, they're looking for houses to buy. Yep, there's one that they like, another one that they like, another one that they like. They've sold, it's unconditional, and the sold sticker's up, the buyer can't change their mind. So this sale that you've just had, you then now go with this cash that you know back to this short list of houses that you might have made and go, okay, what's still available? 3 of them might have sold, okay, or 3 or all of them might have sold, or 1 of them might have sold. You go back to that list of whatever's sold, whatever's not sold, whatever's available, you go back and you buy that one, and you make the settlement days the same days. So you settle on your sale, maybe a few hours before you settle on your purchase, and the money just transfers like that. Have a long settlement and do it that way. If you have any questions, we're here to assist you. Give us a call.